Hey guys, Alida here for NERDSHOCK, and today we're going to continue the journey of Basil the Wanderer. Last time we leveled up to level, I think it was 11-ish, and we entered Divinity's Reach and went straight for the first chapter of our personal story. And today I wanted to continue to level up towards level 20 or 21. By first discovering the rest of Divinity's Reach, and then later on we'll probably go outside Divinity's Reach and back into Shaymore, and then actually discover the whole of Queensdale. And hopefully by doing events and discovering new areas here and completing some hearts, we'll be able to reach level 21 and start the second chapter of our personal story. But for now we're focusing on Divinity's Reach. My plan is to do 100% map completion of the city and end at the Ministers Waypoint, where very interesting stuff is located, such as the banker and the Black Line exchange specialist, the trading post, just a lot of handy stuff that's kind of centered around the district promenade of with a nice statue of Duena as well. So when we entered the city to reach our first chapter of the personal story, we actually just went straight and didn't really actually go up, but kind of walked this way to the Salma district. So we're going to start here, just in front of the Salma district, and kind of explore the city. So of course, when you have a mount, you can zip-zap straight to all the interesting point of interest and waypoints and stuff. But for now, we'll just go by foot and kind of let's see. See which interesting stuff we can discover. So now let's head down the ramp and then up the ramp again, or yeah. So on the right side there's Vista. I'll skip the little quest point thingy here. But there's the Vista you would like to reach. So of course, if you have a Springer mount, you can just hop on the building and, you know, reach the Vista. But let's see if I can still do it the old-fashioned way. So if you don't have a Springer, you can do it the old-fashioned way. So let's go up here. And of course, if you're not very if you don't like jumping around, so my glider just activated, but this is a jump you should be able to manage without a glider as well to reach the Vista. So as we're going to explore Divinity's Reach, but if there are vistas you can't reach or certain point of interests that you're like, okay, I've been trying for quite some time now, I don't have a glider, or I don't have a Springer mount or a different flying mount or whatever, it's not going to work out, you can always just skip it for now. And if you are very interested in map completion, you know, try to reach the point of interest or vista at a later time. So so if you have a Springer mount, you can just jump up like this. And of course, if you have a Sky Skill, you can just fly up to reach it. And then I'll show you another way if you just have a glider. So for that we need to kind of go up the ramp. Jump up here. We can unlock the waypoint, for example, if you kind of try to do... I don't think you'll survive a jump if you jump now without a glider. But if you have a glider unlocked, you can always kind of like close it to fall down a little and then reach it like this and then view the vista. So those are some ways you can reach the same point by using your mount or a glider, or simply by looking around and see if you can reach it, you know, the old-fashioned way without mounts or anything. Let's just walk around a little. It's nighttime currently in Divinity's Reach, but there are still a lot of people outside. So there's a waypoint close by. So on the mini-map, I'm not sure if you can see it well, but you can see that there's an undiscovered vista. If you hover your mouse over it, it shows that it's above. So it's actually up here. So you can see, and again, you know, you can try to reach it with
Are you sure? I can pay hand.
probably a Springer won't really reach it well if you, but a Sky Skill or something. But of course, you know, this city was built when the game first released. It was just in the core game, so there's definitely a way to reach this vista, but we'll get there a little later. For now, let's just jump back in this district and then kind of look for points of interest. Let's see. I don't actually think there are more. Let's press M.
At least you have it. You could travel anywhere in the world.
Yeah, we already
I'm serious. Where would you go?
discovered Minister Waypoint's mansion, and there aren't any other points of interest. Sometimes if you're like, okay, well, did I miss something? I still don't have 100%. You can always go to the top left corner of your world map. If you are in open world or in a city, it lists some of the like waypoints and vistas and points of interest, and then if you hover with your mouse over a certain icon, for example vistas, you will see them displayed on your map. It doesn't always work, especially when it comes to open world maps. You do have to kind of explore the area, and if you've explored the area or you've spoken to a scout and it is displayed on your map, but you've not went there with your character, you can still kind of highlight it on your map. But if your map is still closed, it won't show, it won't highlight when you hover your mouse over vistas and waypoints and points of interests. So for now, if we check the Ossan quarter where we're in now, there aren't any points of interest left. Of course, the vista on top, but we'll get there at a later point. So let's head over to the Plaza of Balthazar and grab the waypoint there.
Guy with the pan flute who plays drinking songs.
I can accept the dead returning to life, but marrying a musician makes no sense whatsoever.
So let's unlock this waypoint. And sometimes you can get an extra, like a speed boon, so that you can go around the city a little quicker if you don't have a mount. So Balthazar is the god of war and of fire and war, of conquest and victory. Those favored by his blessing will be granted the swiftness of a true competitor. Well, you know, that's exactly what I need. Balthazar teaches us to stoke the flames within ourselves and others, and to go forth boldly in all our dealings. Do you follow the ways of Balthazar? My words stoke the fires of the soul, calling others to glory, to greatness.
Eat my dust!
You have used your words to spread the flame of Balthazar to others. He grants you his blessing. And then you can kind of walk around more quickly. So this is a statue of Balthazar. Okay, so let's head down the ramp and go to the Crown Pavillion next. So I'm going to go up again and then first go to the right. To see if we can get to the waypoint. So this area used to be quite different. I think in a beta I didn't have access to that. It was more of a district inspired by Kantha, and then there was a great collapse and there was just this whole big hole and just a district that was kind of destroyed, and it was just huge a sinkhole, and they were kind of trying to build things up, and now it's actually really different than when the game first was released, but yeah. So there's another Vista. Let me see if we can find a smart way to get there. I think that was a smart way to get there. Hop on here. Or am I just imagining things? Maybe I'm making it myself. Wait. Just a second. Not really. Huh. I think I'm making it difficult for myself. Like this. Hop. That's kind of strange. Have I always kind of... Yeah, maybe I've always kind of just... Oh dear, that's bad, isn't it? Like, oh, I'm going to do map completion here and show you the old-fashioned way, but no, I'm actually not really able to reach the point I want to show you guys without using gliders and stuff and things. No, I'm sure, like, yeah. Phew. So yeah, you could just jump on and then jump a little higher on like the foliage, or like, yeah, and then jump towards the Vista. So it is possible. But that's definitely a Vista that I would just, you know, use my sky skill for. So what we actually did was... what did we do? Oh dear. Well, we jumped on this, yeah, so you can kind of use your speed and then jump on here, jump up, then kind of go to the side, jump up here, and then whoop, we could view the Vista. So yes. Yeah, and I think it would also be possible to kind of glide over there if you know, glide from this point, I guess. Yeah. But overall, you don't even need a glider or a bunny to get there. So let's head over to the next Vista. Oh, this one. This one is also a bit like, ugh. So we could go here. I would just kind of go here, yep, on the statue of Melandru, and yeah, I'm not sure, I'm probably doing it all wrong because, yeah, but what I did was actually to kind of go via the tree, and then kind of go up there. So I kind of went here with the rocks, and then kind of go here, and then do kind of a blind jump, I guess, so that you kind of walk here. Yeah, we did it. Let's see where this leads us. And then there's a certain... Oh, wait. What am I doing? Yeah, so this part can get a bit tricky, because if you have a glider, sometimes jumping gets more like more difficult than it actually should be, because if you don't have a glider, you can actually just make short jumps and that kind of stuff. But now, sometimes a glider really can mess up with your basic jumping, and I can't really do that. I can't jump correctly with my glider, but that's just, yes. Yes. Okay. Let's jump down and go here. Okay. Heading towards the next point of interest. And actually, if you are kind of curious and really want to soak up, you know, the ambience, the environment, you can actually go inside of the busted flagon and, you know, kind of check what these people are doing over here, snoop around a little, actually go up. Okay. There are doors you can open. Beds are here. Another door. So you can actually really check out the interior of buildings here in Divinity's Reach, which is pretty cool.
Where do we find strength for tomorrow? Here.
Okay.
What?
Heading towards the next point of interest. And there's also another waypoint. So here you find various crafting stations. We haven't looked into that just yet, but if you want to make your own items, and especially if you want to make your own, maybe I would say your legendary armor or legendary weapons, it's definitely worth looking into, you know, a crafting profession. But for now, we're just gonna skip it. But you can find a lot of cool. You can find various crafting stations here in Divinity's Reach, and actually in all capital cities, where of all different races, in Lion's Arch as well, and even like other places in the world. Even in the open world map in Queensdale, you can find crafting stations, and I'll show you guys when we'll head there and reach that place. But for now, it's good to know where it is, and kind of let's just continue our exploration of Divinity's Reach. Let's check on M. I think we've missed a point of interest, so sometimes you might be like, oh, hold up, I just walked straight past it and I kind of missed out. So what can we do about that? We can press your Alt key and your left mouse button and set a personal waypoint. It's not a waypoint where you can like waypoint to, but it is a marker on the map which you can use to kind of see where you need to go. And it's quite helpful if you are doing map completion, if you want to mark a spot where you need to go to. So that's Recruiter Rhiannon. And here you can already see this is the spot for an order, one of the orders of Tyria. And it says the Vigil Hall. Can we talk to Recruiter Rhiannon?
May Balthazar
Welcome to
strengthen
Vigil Chapter House, the base of operations for the Vigil in Divinity's Reach. Feel free to look around and ask questions. Well, tell me about the Vigil. Ask whatever you'd like, that's what I'm here for. How did the Vigil start? It all started when the dragon brand appeared. As Krakatorik flew over the land, his very passing turned every plant, rock, human, and char into crystal. What does that have to do with the Vigil? Almora's Soulkeeper, once a Char Tribune, saw her entire warband turned. She realized that fighting the Elder Dragons would take all people and all races working together, and formed the Vigil. Whoa, that's cool. Well, I'd like to ask something else. What is the Vigil's purpose? The Vigil seeks to help those who cannot help themselves and to fight the battles that can only be fought as a team. We provide defense and charity to those in need. Okay, and what it's like being in the Vigil? We do whatever is needed. We are known for our fierceness on the battlefield because we fight hard for those who cannot fight for themselves. But there is more to it than that. Yes? Well, we also do many charitable works. We build sanctuaries, provide foodstuffs, and find homes for lost children. Any need you can think of, one of our crusaders will try to meet it. Okay, cool. Oh, can I join? If you want to help others, you must first help yourself. Once you have dealt with your personal matters and seen more of the world, perhaps you will remember your interest in the Vigil. Well, I will. Goodbye. So let's check the map again and see if we missed more points of interest simply by going, around the center. Yeah, this one. Let's put our next waypoint here, then go towards the Plaza of Cormyr, open up another waypoint, go through Rurikton, go to the Plaza of Lyssa, grab another Vista, and then we'll head towards the center of Divinity's Reach. And let's see, on the left we can see we have already completed 65% of Divinity's Reach. Okay, let's continue. So what I like about Divinity's Reach is that it's quite, I think it's quite lively. There are a lot of people still around, and of course, sometimes it's an older game, so character models are somewhat limited, and you might see the same people kind of like hold up. I guess they like the same dresses or hairstyles, and that's why they are standing like three same NPCs together or something. That could, that can happen. But overall, I like that it's so lively, and you can kind of listen in on people talking to each other, having their own kind of routine while going through the city. So that's what I quite like. So here we discovered the Dermot Hall, and the Dermot Hall is a place where, let's just have Recruiter Lavanche explain. Welcome to the Dermot Hall, the base of operations of the Dermot Priory in Divinity's Reach. Feel free to look around and ask questions. Tell me about the Dermot Priory. We in the Priory are dedicated to preserving, sharing, and utilizing knowledge. We will gladly share what I know with you. Okay, cool. How did the Dermot Priory start? Long before Or Rose, the scholar Dermot set out to compile a true history of Tyria. He built a monastery high above Lion's Arch to house his findings. Well, that explains the name, but where did everyone else come in? When the floods came to Or, much was destroyed, but Durman's monastery survived. Seeing the wisdom of his plan, many more joined him, and the priory blossomed into the diverse group that is active today. Cool. I'd like to ask something else. What is it like... Oh, wait. What is the priory's purpose? Let's do that first. We are known for acquiring and deciphering knowledge, but we also strive to act on what we learn. When we hear of a threat, a need, or a boon, our imperative is to act. Okay. What is it like being in a priory? It's quite varied, depending on your inclinations. Explorers search the world for lost wisdom. Scholars pore over tomes to glean their meaning, and that's not all. Yes, we also have those who utilize our knowledge, be it to build devices to help with farming or to fight on the front lines. Our work can take you everywhere and nowhere. Okay, can I join? We require our agents to have a certain amount of worldly experience. I'd suggest that you continue on your own path for now. When you're ready, I hope that you remember your interest in the Durman Priory. I will. Goodbye. So there are also some books scattered around. Read. This book has been well thumbed. In the introduction it says, they are ancient and unfathomable. They embody concepts of nature, fire, ice, crystal, even death, but their very presence threatens to destroy the world. Ooh. So here, interesting. So it lists some of the elder dragons and their elements, like fire, primordus, and when they woke, so 1120 after Exodus. After Exodus is the time when the human gods left Tyria. So it's like after 1120 years, Primordus woke up. Then Jormak and Zaitan, Kraukotoric. So quite interesting. I won't spoil it yet. Won't do a deep dive now, but if you are interested, you can always, read up, study up here and read more about the elder dragons. You have the bloodline of Kryta. The book bears the royal seal of Kryta. The first page begins, the royal lineage of Kryta, as with all royalty, descends from King Doric. This legendary figure was the first to unite the human kingdoms in Tyria. Once the lineage of Kryta was thought lost, until the commoner Salma was found to be the daughter of King Jaden. Salma drove the white mantle from Kryta and became a hero to her people. And the events with Salma are all covered in the original Guild Wars game. So if you are interested in that, you can play through it, or of course, read snippets, or dive into the wiki, or dive into amazing lore videos of other Guild Wars 2 players. Queen Jenna, a direct descendant of Salma, is the current queen of Kryta. She rules her people from Divinity's Reach. And that's where we are. So here you have Winds of Change. This book is already open to the last page. There it says, contact with Kanta was finally lost when the floods from Or's Rising disrupted trade. Someone has added a handwritten note in the margin. They've closed their shores to us and left us to fight the dragons alone, to the mists with them. So at this point in time, this is of course, we're following the storyline when Guild Wars 2 first came out. There was no contact with Kanta. And it was all like, okay, what are they actually doing? Are they still alive? What is happening there? Of course, we find out in the later expansion, End of Dragons. But for now, in this point in time in the game, it's like, okay, well, Kanta, we don't have any contact with Kanta at all. So here is a book about the Centaur War. Written more than 100 years ago, this well-preserved book bears the mark of Vonda Lessian, one of the foremost scholars of the clash between humans and centaurs. The first documented human-centaur battles occurred in 300 after Exodus, when human settlements began spreading from the fertile Kryden Valley into the Shiver Peaks. Over time, the human settlements grew and spread. Simultaneously, centaur tribes began to organize their efforts to hold and retake their lands. Early in his reign, Kryten King Thorn proposed a treaty to the Centaurian tribes, but the Centaurs rejected its terms and as unfavorable. Close the book. So the Centaur War, that's kind of pretty recent. It's still going on, and that's why you're seeing all these centaurs, even here in Shaymore, in Queensdale, always fighting with the Seraph and stuff. And that's just rough, you know. It's quite curious that we never see horses, but we always find centaurs in Guild Wars 2. So let's go back to the map, and if you want to remove your personal waypoint, you can always press Alt again and your left mouse button, and then plop, it's gone. So now we'll head over to the Plaza of Cormyr and then go north towards Rurikton district, the Plaza of Lyssa, grab another Vista, and then we'll go to the center. And then we actually have explored like the whole city. We only need to go to like the bank and the trading post stuff,
Bring me your
and
gently used gold coins and
then
half-full ale mugs.
we've 100%ed the Divinity's reach, which is great. Oh yeah, still need to go here. So what you might notice that, you know, when I walk by, Uzalan's notebook popped up here, and you can see it. What I actually did to do that, so that I don't, you know, miss items like a book card here or other books, such as in the Dermot Hall, I went actually to the game options and game menu, and then I clicked on like show all usable object names. So let me show you how that works. Like the book card is here, and then you see it in yellow, and then if you disable that,
More pies for you then.
yeah. Oh, wait, it doesn't work. It's not that setting. Wait, it should actually, or maybe it only works. Here. See, it only works with the book. Right. Yeah. So now it's off. You can see like that it's Uzalan's notebook, but now I say, hey, show all usable object names, please, and then whoops. So that way, if you turn that on, sometimes you're collecting coins or you're trying to locate buried treasure. When you activate that or check that little box, it's a little harder to kind of miss that. For some people, it kind of breaks immersion, but if you've been looking for an item for the like 30 minutes or so, or even longer, I'm just gonna explore or discover the point of interest here, but I won't go inside the dead end, because that would be maybe a slight story spoiler. And for now, that's maybe something when we enter Living World Season 1 after like completing the first storyline first, but that's for something far, far in the future. But yeah, it's sometimes really difficult to you know, look for something, and if you've been searching for a buried treasure or coins for quite some time, you really want to tick that box, because it saves so much time. And then I'm like, yeah, well, it might break immersion a little, but it just makes your journey a little smoother. So now we're heading over to Rurikton. Yes. I actually haven't set a new waypoint, but I'm keeping an eye on the mini-map as well as we walk through the city. So here's another pub.
I'm rich, you know.
I just can't stop thinking about the last play I saw. Such a magnificent work. It's called The Asura and the Kettle. Have you heard of it? No. Oh, it's about the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was laughing so hard. There were times I almost couldn't breathe. It's about this Asura and he... Oh, you just have to see it. I guess. So, okay. Let's leave these to their drinks. M. Ah, yes, the Plaza of Lyssa. So let's put like a general waypoint here, somewhere in the middle. And let's see. Yeah, let's go. So I'm, of course, now just simply running through everything, but, you know, feel free if you are on your own journey through Tyria and trying to kind of walk around Divinity's Reach and explore everything here. I would definitely recommend just, you know, take your time if you want to explore stuff, go into houses, go into buildings, talk to people, and just take your time.
Like you have to ask. You're all the same.
Hey, what you see is what you get. Got work to do.
Okay.
Whatever. Don't come back.
So here you have Statue of Lyssa, Twin Goddess. And again, if you need a speed boost, you can always talk to the Priest of Lyssa. But for now, we don't really have to. So, as you can see, this is another spot where there's a vista. You can't really reach from the ground. So, you can of course go, like, take this route. And kind of glide towards that point. Use your Springer, use your other mount, like your Sky Scale, but let's do it the old-fashioned way and actually just take the stairs. So we can go inside here, go up, let's see, yeah, we need to go up again. Oh, sorry. I will try to not make you dizzy. Maybe stand in the planter and jump. Then we can just head towards the vista. So we started during nighttime, but the sun came up. And now don't have to walk around in the dark. Let's see. Yeah, it's daytime, so I don't recommend like jumping down if you don't have a glider. And you can also Alt left click your mouse and then remove your personal waypoint via the mini map. You don't have to open the full map with M. So now we can go to the center of Divinity's Reach and unlock some of the points of interest here. And let's see, we're already on 85% of map completion. We've discovered all waypoints and we still need to check out 2 vistas and in total 4 points of interest. So let's go up here and let's head to the vista first, the one we couldn't really reach at the start. Let me think. I think we should go here. Yeah. Let's go here. and then view. So we get a nice overview of the Ossan district, where we could discover Zamon's mansion, Minister Waymon. So we only have one Vista to go. Okay, yeah, you can jump down. Sometimes I actually go like a different route, and then I go here, jump down to the waypoint, to Zamon's mansion, and then start actually kind of do the whole round through Divinity's Reach. But for now we're almost done. We only need to go to the center, so let's turn back. Here, the Shrine of the Six, so the six gods, the six human gods. So we have, of course, Duena, Melandru, Cormyr, Lyssa, Grenth, and Balthazar. You can get your speed boons here if you would like to, move around quicker. Nowadays, of course, you'll get a raptor pretty fast, so it's not quite necessary to do that. And let's head towards the Queen's throne room. Oh, we've also leveled up. So let's check the level up reward when we complete the map completion for Divinity's Reach. And then yeah, just for now we'll let it kind of jiggle around. So there's a warden captain seeking an audience with the Queen. Not sure if she's going to say anything. Hello? And of course Queen Jenna and Anise, Countess Anise. We met her before during the first personal story chapter for Basil. We'll be back here at a later time, so let's just exit to Divinity's Reach. So we only need 2 more points of interest and a Vista. No, stay in a... So it's here somewhere in the middle. Then we need to check out this Vista. And then we'll do it the old-fashioned way, right? You can bunny hop towards the Vista, use your sky skill or stuff, or be like me and jump your way towards the Vista. So there's one more left. Okay, is that here or is it above? Not quite sure actually. Oh, it's above. It's the Chamber of Ministers. Like amazing art on the walls. Yeah. Really cool. So I really love like the implementation of all the concept art also just simply in-game. When you notice when you go inside houses, and even when you have your own homestead, you can create, like, you can craft paintings and things. With it features all the pretty cool artwork of Guild Wars 2. So I quite like that they did that. Okay, so now we've reached 100% well, map completion for Divinity's Reach. It says 100%. All the waypoints, all the vistas, and all the points of interest. Above you can see the total, like, world completion. That's just 3%. But Divinity's Reach we've completed. And when you complete an area, you get a little chest. And you get a reward. In this case, I got a transportation charge. So I can transmog, I can change the appearance of items. And I've got like 1125 experience points. So yes. And we also, while doing this, we actually went from level 14 to level 15. So let's check that out as well. The level 15 rewards are +5 hero points. Profession skill 3 is unlocked, and utility skill 2 unlocked. So if we look at, you know, our skill bar on the left, of course we have all the weapon skills 1 to 5. Then F1, F2, F3 are our profession skills. So that's the virtues that guardians can use. And on the right are our you know, utility skills or slot skills. So you can also select a reward. I already mentioned I quite enjoy using my long sword, so this is just kind of for, well, I'm gonna pick one. I need to pick one, but I will probably see if I can sell my hammer or salvage it for raw materials. So it doesn't quite matter which one I choose. The upcoming level rewards are, again, +5 hero points at level 17. We can use rings at level 20. You can start a personal story chapter, the second story chapter, chapter 2, at level 20, and we'll get access to specializations at level 21. So our next step is to push forward to level 21 so that we can unlock our specialization and then kind of have a little edge when we do the personal story chapter 2. But of course, we're not quite finished yet. As you can see, let's go to the build. And then we'll head over to my favorite spot in Divinity's Reach. Let's see. Well, actually, we can do that right now because it's quite a combination. So I just got a pop-up about that there are few players remaining on this map. Would you like to move to a more populated version of the same map? You have 59 minutes and seconds counting to volunteer before the map closes. As a volunteer reward, you actually get increased movement speed by 15% in PvE. Your karma gain is increased for 5%, and experience from kills increased by 10%. And that kind of the buff, your volunteer's blessing, will last for 10 minutes. We can do that now. Big tip, if you are doing an event, don't go to a different map, because usually your event is not active. Your progress in that event will not carry over. It's a complete fresh map with more players, but when it comes to map stuff, it doesn't carry over. So always complete your event first, and then if you want to, you know, hop over. And of course, don't wait until that counter of like an hour is close to an end. So if you have, for example, 5 minutes, don't do a big event or anything, because the map will close. And then, yeah, you've started an event, maybe, you know, you lose progress and kind of have wasted your time. Sometimes the map says it will close, but it won't close. But overall, I wouldn't, you know, take your chance. You know, I just hop over at the right time. So for now, let's pick later. So one of my favorite things, I think, well, it's not my most favorite thing because, well, there are a lot of fun places here in Divinity's Reach, is that like all the things are super close by. So at the Ministers Waypoint, it's an easy waypoint to travel to, and you have your merchant here, Ossinia, and your guild bank. So if you have a guild with more members, they can put all these cool things in there in the guild bank, and you can share the items. There's a quartermaster here. A faction provisioner. For now, it might not be really interesting, but later on, if you need provisioner tokens, so you can buy stuff for your legendary, that's quite handy to have her here as well. The bank tenants, and then at the other side you have okay, makeover preview, but here's the trading post. So here, if you've sold stuff in open world, you know, last time we managed our inventory by selling stuff to a vendor and selling stuff on a trading post. It all gets accumulated in your delivery box. So for example, if you've purchased items, it's in your delivery box, and the funds from selling stuff will also be collected here in the Black Lion Trading Company. You can collect the funds or your items by talking to a Black Lion trader and then take all. So you can always sell stuff from your inventory in open world, but you can't receive the gold or items directly. You need to pick it up via a Black Lion trader. We can find, for example, here in Divinity's Reach, in other capital cities, and also sometimes in a trading or at the trade post in open world. There's also a Black Lion weapon specialist. Sometimes you get vouchers or scraps of a voucher, and then you can, you know, grab some cool looking skins for your weapons, which can be crafted, but only you can grab them via like the Black Lion weapon specialist. And they are also sometimes in an item in a Black Lion chest, for which you need a key. You can buy them with gems. Gems you can buy with money, but you can also receive keys as a reward for an event in game, and that's also similar to the chests. And of course, if you really do like a certain skin, you can always look them up in the trading post to see if other people are selling them. So you can go to the trading post and skins, and then you can check with armor and weapon skins. So you don't always need to go for like, oh well, these skins are inside a box with a certain, you know, a chance for me. It's quite will the skin that I would want, sit in this box? I bought keys, but you know, it's all random, it's not coming out. What should I do? Sometimes I just don't bother with the Black Lion trading, with the Black Lion chests or the keys, and just buy the skin that I want straight off from the trading post. And sometimes it's quite pricey. For example, the Abaddon axe, and I don't have enough gold. I can always push the little heart and select it as a favorite and put it on my favorites on my wish list. So if I do have like 70 gold or so, I can go back and open the trading post and finally buy it. You also have like the Lion Chest Merchant, where you can buy stuff for statues. Another Black Lion trading post, sir, and an exchange specialist. It's just super close by. It might not, if you just started your journey, you might not have to go to every merchant here, but the fact that they are all so close by is just really nice. So I quite like that. So yeah, we just leveled up, and I think it's time that we kind of take a look at what we let's take a look at our build first. So we go to the hero panel, press H, build, and let's see. We can... oh, trading. Let's go to trading. Yeah, because we can fill up another slot skill. So last time I said, well, let's do advanced. That can be quite handy. So now I think I will... Let's see, I have 11 points. Last time I didn't have enough points for the Bane Signet. Bane Signet has a passive. It improves power, and active is knockdown and damage your foe. And as you can see, it also does like 300 defiance break damage, which is quite nice. I like active and passive effects, so I'll pick Bane Signet and then put it in my second slot. So fighting enemies in the starter area has been quite easy. It's not very intense, but we'll get there. And then, you know, your skills and things will kind of make more sense. At this point, it's more like just hitting them and they'll die, and it's quite easy. But at a certain point, you might need to kind of consider which skill you use a little bit more at what time. And you know, I'm just a casual player of Guild Wars 2, but I still try to kind of, you know, understand what my skills are doing. So you don't have to go really try hard, of course. Of course, some people really quite enjoy going really like, oh man, I know my build and I know what to do. I push like the limits. I always get like great DPS or damage. My boons are always like on point. My skills, my rotation. Of course, you know, you can do that if you like that. And but I don't want to say like what I would like to say is that it's important to at least look at it and have some understanding, and not just like go, oh, I don't know. But that would be, you know, kind of weird if you're playing this game and you know, even if you're more interested in exploring and going into the lore and kind of having, you know, fun, being really casual, understanding what type of skills you need to use, why you're using a certain weapon at a certain time, definitely makes it a lot more smoother and also a whole lot more enjoyable, because there will come a time when you're like, okay, I really want to progress in the story, but I'm constantly dying and it's not really making me enjoy the game. And then yeah, just taking a look at your skills and stuff and your build. We'll get there at a certain point. We'll get there and go a little bit deeper. But at this point, I just want to say, just have fun and but not go like I don't want to learn it at all. So okay, level 15. So because leveling goes pretty fast in this game, I'm kind of iffy about spending a lot of gold and money in a training post to get your gear. Probably when we reach level 23 or 30-ish, I will go to the training post to buy gear there, and just for now use gear that we pick up in open world or receive as a reward. But for now, I'll just go back to the regular armorsmith and weaponsmith to see if we can upgrade our gear and get a little stronger. So yeah, okay, so let's see if we select the correct tab. Yes, level 15 armor, and then we can let's press H and then can kind of compare. So heavy armor 41 versus 44, not necessary to upgrade. No, also no, nope. Oh yes, we can finally change our shoulders, so let's do that. And I think we don't have anything else to upgrade. Our shoulders are soulbound. Let's check in inventory if we can salvage them. I don't think we can actually salvage them, no. So let's just sell them. We also have the mighty iron hammer. But first let's just sell the soul-bound shoulders. And let's see. Let's go to the weaponsmith to see if we can change our weapons. So level 15 weapons. I think we have a pretty good great sword. We don't really need to change that, do we? Nope. We have a spear and a trident. Like the spear, I'll just... I'm not really using my spear, so I'll remove it, and I'll also remove the trident because I want to buy a new one. And the greatsword was good enough. Scepter. Let's see. Switch the weapons. Yeah, I can definitely use a better scepter. And probably also a better... Let's see, where is it? Focus? Yes. Let's switch around. Focus. And... scepter. Right. Okay. Let's go to the sell tab. Press O. And see which offers a better price. So the mighty trident, I could sell it or list it for sale in a trading post, but I don't think anyone will buy this level 10 trident, and I'm not really bothered with trying to get a good price for it, so I'll just sell it via the vendor. And a mighty scepter, let's do this person a favor who wants to buy all this stuff, and also sell the mighty focus via the trading post. And let's see, double click so we can add the transportation charge to our collection of transportation charges. And I will be using my rune crafter to salvage this stuff and then deposit all materials. I mentioned before in a previous video that I'm actually working on my legendary armor. So I need all the luck I have, quite literally. I will put the essences of luck in the bank. So when you first start out, you only have one bank tab, and well, my account is now close to 12 years old. So of course, during that time, I've added bank tab expansions. So don't be overwhelmed or anything or something and go like, what is this? Is this normal? This is just you know, adding bank space over a period of time. So here on the left column, there's my starter backpack, and here's my collection of luck, and I'll put it there. I also save up Black Lion trading of Black Lion keys, Black Lion chest keys, so I can check if there's something interesting in a Black Lion chest and then use my keys to open them. So you can always right click and choose preview to see what's actually in there. Currently, the Black Lion chest has the Shrouded Verdant chest theme, and it contains a redeemable Black Lion statuette, a guaranteed item, and 2 common items. Each chest also has a 10% chance for an uncommon or better item, including exclusive skins not available anywhere else. You cannot receive duplicates of any exclusive skins. So usually when you've already unlocked the skin, you won't be getting that skin again. So common items are, for example, metabolic primers or dyes, or of course the Black Lion statuettes. And then it gets uncommon, it gets rare, and super rare are like contracts and things and cool stuff. But yeah, I usually just check if there are if the theme is something interesting. For example, I currently don't really see anything interesting. The Maguma weapon skins have were in the game previously, and you can also buy these directly for gold from other users via the trading post. So it's not something that I am like, oh, I really need this now, I wanna. No, I'm usually I'm not tempted today. So yeah, while we're at it, let's also check if we can make the life of Basil a bit easier. So for now, I've been using these leather bags, 5 slots. Like on this one has 8, this one has 5, and another 8 slot bag, which is pretty good. You know, back in the day, you would, you know, receive a 4 slot bag. That was rough. So now they're already giving away 8 slots and or 5 slots, so that's great. But to make sure we kind of have enough space, I'm going to grab these Pillagers pack. Pillagers pack gives us 18 slots, so I will move them over to my inventory. And these ones I bought via Merchant in World vs. World, but you can always use the trading post to buy bags with more space. So it's definitely something you can do. I don't have any need for like these. Oh, these are also soulbound, so I don't really have anything. You know, I can't put them back in my bank for other characters. So what I'm going to do is just sell them. And also, yeah.
Until next time.
Now let's press Y for inventory. As you can see, we've got a lot of space now. Of course, we know the tricks with, you know, sending stuff to our material storage, selling stuff via the trading post or via a vendor, maybe even destroying items that we don't really need anymore. And as you can see, we have a very clean inventory. You might have also noticed that I have a lot of additional shared inventory slots. You'll receive a shared inventory slot when you upgrade to buy an expansion and things, and of course you can buy additional shared inventory slots via the trading post. I bought a lot of extras, so I can, you know, keep a lot of handy stuff here. I won't be going over them at this point in time, but somewhere in the future, probably after we reach level 80 or so, so that we have a, you know, we can now focus more on the leveling process and just taking it easy. But, you know, you can always upgrade your account to have these additional bag slots, shared bag slots. Okay, so yes, before we head out of Divinity's Reach and level up further in Queensdale, let's take a quick break and I'll see you guys next time.